Hello everyone, today we are talking about one of the most exciting things for readers, and that is the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees. So I thought that I would just take my laptop, set it up, get started, take a look with you, and kind of look at what I want to read, what I've already read. So let's get started. Okay, here we are at the main page. I already see some things that are interesting, but I am just gonna go straight to the horror section. Okay, I'm opening it up. Okay, I feel like this was a lot of what I expected. Okay, so starting from the top. Okay, from the top. So we have Breathe In, Bleed Out, and this one is one that I read, and I only gave it 2 stars. There's like a retreat that they go to, and people are murdered and whatnot, and there's a lot of guessing what's going on. I just didn't really vibe with this, so I definitely would not vote for this one. We have Coffin Moon. I have not read Coffin Moon yet, so let's take a look. Blah, blah, blah. A vampire walks into his bar and ruins his life. Okay, so it's a vampire story, which I've seen this cover around, but I've just never really looked at it for some reason. Then we have Play Nice, which is definitely on my to-read list, and this one is about like a haunted house, I believe. Then we have Chuck Tingle's Lucky Day, which is gonna be in my top probably, although I always want to read all of them because I feel like it's weird to vote for one if you haven't read all of them. I don't know, I feel like that's a bit weird. So Chuck Tingle, which I gave a 5 stars to. So next we have the Stephen King's Never Flinch. And this one I haven't really seen around. I knew that there was a new Stephen King. Basically, there's a vigilante, there is a couple of other timelines going on, and then they kind of all come together, I guess. I don't know, I guess I would read it, but I don't know. I don't feel that interested. We'll see. I wonder how big it is, actually. Let's take a look at how big it is. Oh, okay. It's a big book. 448 pages. I mean, it's not that bad for Stephen King, but I don't know about that one. The Haunting of Payne's Hollow. I have not heard of this one. Only has a 3.73 average. I mean, it's still a good rating. Only 9,000 ratings, though. About a haunted lakeside property and twisted family secrets. Sounds a bit generic. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this book, so I'm not sure if that's something that would make it. Okay, this one is one I think could potentially win, and I have not read, and it's absolutely in my must-reads. This is Bat Eater and Other Names for Corzang. I believe that, like, yeah, so she's witnessed her sister being pushed in front of a train, and the murder whispered 2 words into her ear, Bat Eater. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens, and I think it sounds really funky and interesting and new, so I'm interested in that one, and I honestly think that one could win. And then we have What Hunger, and this is one that I've seen around a bit as well, but I don't believe it was super well received, but it does have a good average rating, 3.75, but only 2,264 ratings. So I'm not really sure about this one. A haunting coming of age tale followed by the daughter of Vietnamese immigrants. She grapples with generational trauma. Yeah, it seems like a more like psychological horror. Okay, so it has some, you know, look into Vietnamese culture, I think, and the relationship and what happens when you move somewhere else. So yeah, I think it'll actually be interesting, but I really don't know if that would win. The Bewitching, also one that I haven't heard of. Witchcraft, multi-generational horror saga. It's from the author of Mexican Gothic. Okay, but I really haven't heard anything about this one. It does have 24,000 ratings. Okay, I must have just missed it. Okay, and then we have The Possession of Alba Diaz, which I don't really know much about this author or about this book. It's kind of interesting we have 2 Mexican authors here, which I think is really nice. I will definitely check this one out. it seems like it says there's a presence that awakens deep in a Mexican silver mine. Okay, so interesting. There's a man she shouldn't trust, and there's a plague. Lots of things, lots of different horrors going on, I think. It seems super interesting. I will definitely have to pick this one up. Immaculate Conception has definitely been on my list. After I read the other one by Ling Ling Huang, which I can't remember. Natural Beauty, is that what it's called? So I'm not surprised this one is up here. This one also could win, I believe. Doesn't have that many ratings though. 6,847. So maybe it's not up there. Let's just see what Bat Eater has. Yeah, 27,000 and 4.11 rating. I think that one's gonna win. But anyways, Immaculate Conception is super interesting to me and is definitely on my list of books to read. Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. I know that there's a huge following for Stephen Graham Jones. I definitely also like Stephen Graham Jones, but apparently this one's like a bit slow, and I've just not been in the mood for something a bit slow that kind of like dies out in the middle. And Stephen Graham Jones books are sometimes a bit hard to get through because there's a lot of stream of consciousness sometimes, and it can just be slow. I think this one could win though. It has 4.04 average rating, 28,000 ratings. But I don't know, I think people are really impressed by Bat Eater, so I'm not sure. Then we have The Lamb, which I read and I love. I don't know, I guess this one could also win. I didn't realize so many people had read this. This has 23,845 ratings at a 3.79 average, which is pretty good, actually. Love You Bunny, that's not gonna win. There's no way Bunny number 2 is gonna win. I haven't read it and I don't care to, honestly. Next we have You Weren't Meant to Be Human, which I believe is also on one of my lists. It doesn't say that here, but I swear I've put it on. And actually, Goodreads was being a bit glitchy. So, Alien Meets Midsummer, Identity, Survival, and Transformation amidst an alien invasion. Seems interesting enough. Just doesn't have enough ratings, I think. I don't think that would win. When the Wolf Comes Home, Nat Cassidy. Okay, I know that Books and Lala said that this was one of her favorites. Yeah, this one also seems really good. So I'm gonna make a point of reading for sure these like top ones that have the most ratings and high rating reviews. So I definitely am going to take a look at this one. Blood on Her Tongue, gothic horror. Okay, I don't usually go into gothic horror. I haven't heard anything about this one. I don't think that will win. How Bad Things Can Get. I also haven't heard anything about this. Only 4,000 ratings. I'm not sure. This one, okay, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I didn't give this the best rating, but a lot of people loved it. So I think that this one could also definitely win. We have 100,000 ratings on this one and a 3.92 average rating, which is pretty high. So yeah, I think it's going to be between that one and Bat Eater. I think that those are going to be the top. And then we have Hungerstone, and I know that this one was also pretty popular. It's 22,000, 3.94 average rating. So I don't know, this could also be up there. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think that the Grady Hendrix is gonna win, or Bat Eater. I don't know, maybe Chuck Tingle. I think that Chuck Tingle's gonna make the top, Bat Eater's gonna make the top, The Lamb's gonna make the top, I hope, because I loved it. Grady Hendrix. Maybe the Nat Cassidy as well. Okay, those are my top 5 that I think would probably make it. I'm not sure. Anyways, okay, so those ones, and maybe Breathe In, Bleed Out, but no, it doesn't have enough ratings, actually. Or Play Nice. It does have a lot of ratings as well. Okay, probably Play Nice is up there. Yeah, okay, I'm sticking with that. So we have Play Nice, Lucky Day, Bat Eater, The Lamb, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and then When the Wolf Comes Home. So those are my like 6 that I think would win. So When the Wolf Comes Home, I'll read next with Bat Eater. And then we'll see from there. Probably either Buffalo Hunter Hunter I'll read next, or the Stephen King, or Play Nice. That's probably my order of operations, because I really don't think that the rest of them will win, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. All right, so that is everything for the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees that I wanted to go through. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it's interesting. Please let me know what you're going to be reading from this list and what you think of the ones that are nominated. And I also want to know, do you vote on stuff if you have not read the entire list? I really want to know. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.